Welcome to Rich Key's channel, where we unlock wealth one candle at a time. Here, charts don't lie, and neither do we.
Disclaimer, not financial advice. The information provided on this channel is for informational and demonstration purposes only, and should not be considered as personalized financial, investment, or trading advice.
Welcome back, traders. Today is Saturday, the 23rd of August, 2025. Time is about 9:33 p.m. And as usual, I do observe what happens on the charts. And I've already covered the dollar index and the equities in separate videos. I want to analyze Bitcoin and Bitcoin dominance on this session. So Bitcoin on the weekly chart so far, definitely we are in a very negative territory at the moment. I am quite confident this candle that we are yet to complete on tomorrow is going to close with a red candle. With a red candle, red volume, and a red MACD suggests to me the downward pressure is strong and potentially will still coming down based on the weekly. Now, when we come to the daily chart, momentum is dying out on the daily. RSI is still around the 50 mark, suggesting that it's neutral. But again, based on the weekly, I think this is going to go down a little bit more. Now, of course, Friday we had this sugar high bounce, and the volume and candle is a big mismatch. I don't see how a candle prints from somewhere around 112 all the way to 116 thereabout on such low volume. I would have expected a stronger volume to support the continuation. Obviously, no wonder we've been selling off since this move up. Now, this move up did a 0.382 retrace from this high to this low. And I would say that, if I should consider this high to this low as wave A, then it means from here to here would be a wave B. And therefore, I'm expecting a wave C to complete the correction. And at the very barest minimum, I'm expecting my wave C count to come somewhere into this zone here. Here was a strong support zone that now will become the target. It's more if I need to move this down to where our next support zone is, which is somewhere around right here. All right. So the target zone coming into this week is somewhere here. It's where I'm looking to see the price of Bitcoin hit somewhere around the 109.7, 109.8. That will be the target zone for Bitcoin. A clearer picture is painted if you step down to the 4 hours time frame. So on the 4 hour time frame, you would observe now last our call from last week was on point. I mean, we spotted this from here. I was expecting a little bit more consolidation here, but it didn't consolidate for too long. Probably a day or two consolidation, and here we come to our target zone for last week, clearly smashed. And I think in the next coming week, the price is somewhere around the 110 zone, somewhere around this target zone is what I'm expecting. And Indicators wise, on 4 hours, we have a cycle low suggesting that some consolidation would continue to occur here. It's not going to come out of this strong bullish move with ease. So I expect some move up, kind of consolidate right here. I don't expect us to open and close above the 200 on this 4 hour setup. Um, but even if we do, then I would consider this to make its potential upward target to somewhere around the zero point 0.5 fib, which is somewhere around 118. And then from there, it would sell off down to the intended target. But I've learned my lesson to take things one step at a time. I'll take this as the resistance fib 382 as the level that it's being sold off, and therefore if I should consider a short position now, this is where my stop loss is. Okay, I don't want a candle open and close above 117. and my target zone is somewhere around 109.8 thereabout. Quickly, I'd like to also examine Bitcoin dominance in this same episode, and I'll bring the analysis to a completion. So, Bitcoin dominance is also on its now downtrend. On the 4 hours, we getting some absorption happening. When you start getting these kind of candles, it tells me that the selling is gradually being absorbed. Indicators wise, we have a cycle low on 4 hours. MACD is tipped up above the zero line on the histogram bars, suggesting that some momentum or steam is building up underneath the engine. RSI is well in the oversold territories, suggesting that we could potentially get a bounce at least to the 50% level on RSI. Looking at this from the daily perspective, you could realize that after the big push down, the candles are getting shorter and shorter, and we're already at cycle low. At the same time, I'm also observing some form of divergence on RSI on the daily chart. Okay, this first divergence has played itself out, but now, of course, if you look at it, RSI is making higher lows whilst price is making lower lows. Okay, so from here, price is making lower lows, RSI is making higher lows. Now, this divergence is not fully confirmed until we get a reversal candle. However, the other thing that are also worth noting here is that we are way outside our band at the moment, right at the river edge of Bollinger Band and very well outside our KC band. So with this in mind, I think dominance could bounce any day from now, right at least into this level of 58.7, and then we'll determine whether this becomes a reversal candle or would have a continuation to the downside. Looking at it from the weekly perspective, it's a solid red candle on the weekly. Very likely we're going to close this candle like this by the close of tomorrow in red. And when we do close, just as we happened right here, I do expect some amount of a bounce back into the body of this candle to see whether we continue going down or not. So that's my view on Bitcoin dominance. I think with this in mind, dominance momentum is still to the downside, hasn't shown any signs of reversal on a higher time frame. So there's a chance that it could bounce and turn around, but until it does, we're not trying to predict the market ahead of what the market will give us. With this in mind, I wish everyone a profitable trade in the next coming week. Cheers.